Good day. Here we are back again, and today we are going to be preparing a beautiful recipe of a lime gelatin. What is the purposes of this particular recipe? Well, this relates to people who has taken radiation therapy. Radiation therapy will cause significant damage to the inside of the mouth, to the point where people are unable to secrete saliva. Saliva, this being this juicy thing that is inside of your mouth that basically helps to mix the food and help for you to be able to swallow. Very bad experience if you don't have it. So the value of this particular recipe is that lime has a specific and critical capacity for making the residual gland of the salivary system to squeeze still residual saliva for you. Again, I want to emphasize to you that you want to check with your personal doctor before you do anything like this. Second concept has to do with the fact that all of these recipes, this one in particular you will see is as simple as nothing, inexpensive as nothing. You can find all of these ingredients everywhere you want to go to. Simple. We have, in essence, water that I have already poured into my pan, and I am going to start getting it warm. I'm going to use my oil that contains the lime in it, and I'm going to add to it. The point of that will be that needs to have an emulsion, needs to mix together to it. I'm going to add the sea salt, and once this begins to warm up, I will go ahead and proceed with adding the gelatin. And remember, the gelatin has to be in a warm liquid. So I'm going to start whisking and mixing this nicely, and then I'm going to start incorporating my gelatin. And then I'm going to be adding these to my container, which I have already prepared this for you here, but for the purposes of making it simple, I'm going to use again a very simple, inexpensive pan, and I am going to be placing my fluid directly into it. And as I go along with it, I'm going to be adding my vegetables or my aromatics. And then I'm going to be adding as well my lime. And I'm going to be incorporated in there. And I finish it up. Make sure that I'm covering all of the elements so that they get incorporated in it. Now, this is a cooking secret. I want you to remember this. This has two elements to it. One is the liquid that dissolves the salt, and the other one is the gelatin that encapsulates the oil. And the whole purposes of this is that when you are tasting, if you cannot taste well, it will give you first the sense of the saltiness that is dissolved first, and then once the gelatin dissolves in your mouth, then give you the sense of the oil perception to it. And it's going to leave you behind with a significant secretion of saliva, which eventually you can use for the purposes of the next food coming. So I take this to the refrigerator until it gels. So I will go ahead and make a cut, and you can see that it's very easy to be cut. All right, so I have cut it, and I will just pick it up from here, and it stays nice and together, and I go ahead and plate it And you can see that not only is beautiful, I think so, but more importantly is the value that this has for you whenever you have this problem with saliva. It's not necessarily going to enhance your flavor, but it's going to give you yet the second great pleasure, and that is to be able to swallow normally. So everything is for your quality of life. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. This recipe is a lime gelatin, and in essence has salt, it has a lime oil, it has gelatin, and it has the actual lime and some mini basil or whatever aromatics you may want to add to that. The purposes of this particular recipe is to enhance the production of saliva for people who have undertaken radiation therapy.